we continue with our enchanting story of the little prince. Let yourself be accompanied and comforted once again by the wisdom and the simple yet profound messages of the little prince on this journey. Enjoy this journey, and remember, one sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye. The Little Prince, based on a story by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Chapter 15. The Geographer. The sixth planet was much larger and was inhabited by an old man who wrote enormous books. "Look, an explorer!" he exclaimed when he saw the little prince. The little prince sat down on the table and caught his breath. He had already traveled so much. "Where do you come from?" the old man asked. "What is this big book?" asked the little prince. "What do you do here?" "I am a geographer," the old man replied. "What is a geographer?" asked the little prince. "A geographer is a scholar who knows where all the seas, rivers, cities, mountains and deserts are." "That's very interesting," said the little prince. "At last, here is a real profession." And he gazed around the geographer's planet. He had never seen a planet so magnificent. "It's very beautiful, your planet. Are there any oceans here?" "I don't know," said the geographer. "Ah!" The little prince was disappointed. "And mountains?" "I can't say," said the geographer. "And cities and rivers and deserts?" "I can't tell you that either," said the geographer. "But you are a geographer." "Exactly," the geographer said. "But I am not an explorer. I lack explorers. It is not the geographer who goes out to count the cities, rivers, lakes, seas and deserts. The geographer is too important to leave his desk. But he receives the reports of explorers. He questions them and notes down what they remember. And if the memories of any one of them seem interesting to him, the geographer conducts an inquiry into the explorer's moral character. Why is that? Because an explorer who told lies would bring disaster to the geographer's books. So would an explorer who drank too much. "Why is that?" asked the little prince. "Because drunkards see double." Then the geographer would note down 2 mountains where there was only one. "I know someone," said the little prince, "who would be a bad explorer." "That is possible, but when the explorer's moral character seems to be good, the geographer makes an investigation into his discovery. Does one go and see for oneself? No, that would be too complicated. But the explorer is required to furnish proofs. For instance, if the discovery in question is that of a large mountain, the explorer is required to bring back large stones from it. Suddenly, the geographer was excited. "But you come from far away. You are an explorer. You shall describe your planet to me." And, having opened his book, the geographer sharpened his pencil. Explorers' reports are first noted down in pencil. Ink is used only when they have furnished proofs. "Well," said the geographer expectantly. "Oh, where I live," said the little prince. "It is not very interesting. It is also small. I have 3 volcanoes, 2 active volcanoes and 1 extinct, but one never knows." "One never knows," said the geographer. "I also have a flower." "We do not record flowers?" said the geographer. Why not? They are the most beautiful thing. Because flowers are ephemeral. What does that mean, ephemeral? Geography, said the geographer, is the most valuable of all books. It never becomes outdated. It is very rare that a mountain changes its position. It is very rare that an ocean empties itself of its waters. We write of eternal things. But extinct volcanoes may come to life again, the little prince interrupted. What does ephemeral mean? Whether volcanoes are extinct or active, it is the same for us, said the geographer. The thing that matters to us is the mountain. It does not change. But what does ephemeral mean? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. It means which is in danger of speedy disappearance. Is my flower in danger of speedy disappearance? Certainly it is. My flower is ephemeral, the little prince said to himself, and she has only 4 thorns to defend herself against the world, and I have left her all alone where I live. That was his first moment of regret, but he took courage once more. What place would you advise me to visit now? He asked. The planet Earth, replied the geographer. It has a good reputation. And the little prince went away, thinking of his flower. Chapter 16. The Earth. The 7th planet the little prince visited was Earth. Earth is not just any ordinary planet. It houses 111 kings, including, of course, the kings of Africa, 7,000 geographers, 900,000 businessmen, 7.5 million drunkards, and 311 million vain men, making a total of about 2 billion grown-ups. To give you an idea of the size of the Earth, let me tell you that before the invention of electricity, it was necessary to maintain on all 6 continents a veritable army of 462,511 lamplighters. From a distance, this produced a splendid effect. The movements of this army were like those of a ballet, perfectly coordinated. First came the lamplighters of New Zealand and Australia. After they had lit their lamps, they went to sleep. Next came the lamplighters of China and Siberia. They too vanished into the wings. Then came the lamplighters of Russia and India, then those of Africa and Europe, then those of South America, and finally those of North America. And they never missed their cues for their appearances on stage. It was magnificent. Only the lamplighters of the single lamp at the North Pole and those of the single lamp at the South Pole lived lives of idleness and ease. They worked only twice a year.